One morning, as Ibrahim was heading to school, he found himself unexpectedly accompanied by two dogs. However, what transpired next was a delightful surprise, and it's certainly not what you might expect. Ibrahim was born to Fatima and Ali later in their lives when Ali was 55 years old and Fatima was 40. The couple had been married for 2 decades without any children. Ali received advice from some individuals to take a second wife who could bear him children. However, he rejected their counsel and assured them that he and Fatima would eventually conceive. They simply needed to exercise patience, and as it turned out, his conviction was justified when Fatima eventually became pregnant. 10 years after the birth of Ibrahim, Ali arrived home one day with a dog. It's important to note that prior to this event, Ali had lost his job due to his company's financial crisis. Following his job loss, Ali came across a job posting for a manager position at an animal shelter, which he applied for and was successful in securing. It was during his interview that he encountered a 2-year-old blind dog named Stan. As Ali was leaving the shelter after being hired, the staff informed him that Stan would be euthanized the following week if no one claimed him. Despite spending 2 years at the shelter, the dog remained unadopted, and the facility was becoming increasingly overcrowded. Ali couldn't help but feel a deep sense of empathy for the animal. He attempted to leave, but the way the dog gazed at him tugged at his heartstrings. The desperation and longing in his eyes were undeniable. He needed love and assistance, Ali recounted. So this man made a very tough decision. You see, ever since Ali had lost his job, things had been difficult for his family, and the wages from his new job wouldn't even be enough. Yet Ali told the staff that he would take the dog and they could deduct the money for the dog from his salary. How selfless. The family grew, very fond of Stan. Sometimes Ibrahim secretly split his meals and gave half to the dog. Stan became a very big part of their lives and he made them very happy. Unfortunately, this joy would only last a few years before the family experienced a major setback. On New Year's Day, Ali went to the shelter to share some meals Fatima had made with the animals there. Unfortunately, on his way back home, a car hit him and fled the scene of the accident. Sadly, it was a quiet road with little traffic, and Ali lost his life before someone found him. His death was such a huge loss for Fatima and her son. 2 weeks after Ali's death, Stan suddenly fell sick, and a few days later he died. Everyone was surprised because Stan was a healthy dog, so no one saw it coming. Ibrahim believed Stan went to join his dad so he could protect him. In fact, after Stan's death, Ibrahim stopped mourning. He even got his appetite back. When his mom asked him why he was in a good mood, he said, "Although I am very sad that Stan is no more. I know he has gone to meet. Dad will no longer be sad and lonely. He has Stan now." Ibrahim believes Stan made a huge sacrifice, and ever since that moment he developed a very soft spot for dogs. He always wanted to help them in any way he could. On 2 beautiful occasions, Ibrahim showed his undying love for dogs. But before I tell you about the tear-jerking one, you shouldn't miss the sweet thing Ibrahim did when a stray dog showed up at his house one morning. Ibrahim was standing in front of the house when something zoomed past him. Looking up, Ibrahim saw a hound dog running towards the neighbor's compound. A few seconds later, he walked back towards Ibrahim, wagging his tail. The dog then ran away only to return the next day. Once again, he ran around Ibrahim's house and the neighbor's compound. That afternoon, Ibrahim sneaked out of the house and gave the dog his afternoon meal. After the dog ate, he ran off to the neighbor's house. Ibrahim noticed that the dog had no collar and he didn't look well fed. So the boy knew he was a stray. For the next couple of days, the dog kept coming to the house, and once Ibrahim fed him, he ran to the neighbor's house. I think he really liked the neighbor's house because it was more spacious and beautiful than ours, Ibrahim said. The neighbors, Frank and his wife, had gone on vacation, and when they returned, Frank didn't want the dog coming around. They had farm animals, and the man was scared the dog would chase them or kill them. Ibrahim even heard Frank tell his wife that he would get rid of the animal, but thankfully his wife talked him out of it. Immediately after this, Ibrahim ran home and asked his mom if they could adopt the dog. Unfortunately, She turned down his request because they didn't have enough to care for themselves, so it was wrong to take a dog in such a situation. I think we should just pray that a family who can take care of him comes forward, she told her heartbroken son. When Ibrahim came out the next morning, he saw a pen outside his neighbor's house, and he was glad Frank had built one for his animal friend. Later that day, the dog came over, but this time around he sat in his pen and he didn't leave. Each evening, Ibrahim would split his dinner into two and take the other half to the dog's pen. A week later, Ibrahim was on his way back from school when he spotted Frank and another man outside the house. But what threw him off balance was that the dog now had a collar and a leash, which Frank's friend was holding. "Let's go, doggy," Frank's friend said, and started walking away with the dog. Ibrahim didn't know what came over him, but he ran straight to them and screamed, "Where are you taking him to?" Frank, who understood how much Ibrahim loved the dog, explained that his friend had volunteered to adopt the dog. Ibrahim approached the dog, patted his head, and told him, "I hope you have a great life and I will always think of you." This dog, of course, never forgot Ibrahim's kindness, so he wagged his tail and licked the kind boy's feet as a sign of appreciation. As the dog walked away with the man, he kept looking back at Ibrahim, and the loving boy didn't stop waving until the dog and the man were out of sight. It was the next day after this incident that the second beautiful encounter happened, and trust me, what the boy did made the world a little brighter. That day, Ibrahim left for school at the usual time, however. He had just walked a few miles when something unusual happened. Two straight pups came out of an abandoned building and started following him. "Hey, cuties, I wish you a great day ahead," he said as he increased his pace, but the dogs continued following him. After a while, the dogs stopped following him and just sat down on the road. That's when Abraham decided to say hello in the most heartwarming way. He walked towards the dogs, crouched down, and hugged each one of them lovingly. "You see, I once had a dog. His name is Stan, and he's taking care of my dad now. My father is safe because of your kind," he told the dogs. Afterward, he got up and walked away only to turn back and rush towards the dogs for a second round of hugging. The following segment was particularly moving. As Ibrahim made his departure, the dogs remained fixated on him. It's possible that this was the first time they had ever received affection from a human. Despite Ibrahim believing his kind gesture had gone unnoticed, a community member had observed the interaction and recorded it. The video was subsequently shared online. The video quickly went viral, eliciting an emotional response from countless individuals who lauded Ibrahim for his kindness and bravery. The heartwarming incident serves as a testament to the benevolent nature of dogs and their inherent goodness toward those who treat them with kindness and compassion. Numerous stray dogs endure rejection, and adults frequently warn children to steer clear of them due to their untrustworthiness. However, these animals also merit love and affection. There exist countless stray dogs in need of a warm meal or a simple gesture of affection to uplift their spirits. Ibrahim's kindness and compassionate heart brought happiness to these two dogs, and that brings me great joy, remarked an individual. If you enjoyed the story, please give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you.